for me to call out, I would literally have to be dead in order to call out of work. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Traveling Gun. I am Thomas. Today is a 5-day trip for me. Today I only have 3 legs and I'm done. We do have a few updates that I need to get you on, and something happened to me on my off day, so I'll let you all know about that once I get to Fayetteville, North Carolina tonight. So I'll see you guys a little bit later on. So made it here to my room in Fayetteville, and today was it's a very easy day. Nothing went on with the exception of, so yesterday I woke up, you know, my foot felt kind of uncomfortable or whatever. So I did some things like moved stuff into the house. And then when I got back home that night, it just started hurting all of a sudden, just really hurting really bad. So I come to the conclusion that my arch fell in my foot. So I basically can't walk as fast as I normally would walk. I mean, it's weird. If I'm sitting down for a long period of time and it's just like resting and I get up, it hurts more, versus with me walking on it, kind of like keeping it warm and moving on it, it's fine. Just like now, I've been walking on it just fine. But when the shuttle is so long from the airport to here, when I got out, I was kind of walking a little bit gingerly. So I know tonight, when I wake up in the morning, it's probably going to be sore a little bit. But I'm going to attempt to work out tomorrow just to kind of test it out a little bit. I'm not comfortable with running on it as of yet. I'll probably just work out on the stationary bike. But other than that, everything went perfectly fine. Like I said, I wasn't finna call out for that, because to me, it's pointless to call out. Like, it's not unbearable pain. It's not like I can't do everything, or I feel like I would be a safety hazard. So for me to call out, I would literally have to be dead in order to call out of work. So I didn't call out for that. So I just, you know, like I said, it's not unbearable pain. It's just one of those uncomfortable type things. But I have a baseball that I brought with me, and while I'm sitting in a room doing LMSs, I'm gonna just massage my foot. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good afternoon, everybody. So it is day 2, and guess what? My foot feels like I'm at almost 90%. Like, I still feel a little, it's not even a discomfort. Like, I wouldn't be scared to run on it. So that's another reason why I didn't call out, because I knew, or I had it would get better as the day went, as the days went on. And if I would have called out and then called back in, I still would have got an occurrence and a meeting for calling out for missing day 1, even if I felt better today. So that's why I didn't really want to call out. Like I said before, yesterday, I'm not calling out of work unless I'm really dead. Like, I literally have to be dead to call out. But today, I have 4 legs. I have a few sits in between. I end up in Asheville, North Carolina late tonight, about 11 o'clock. So I'll see you guys a little bit later on. I have an hour-and-a-half sit once I get back to Atlanta, and then I do a Tallahassee turn. And then I think a 2-hour sit, and then I go to Asheville. But, my schedule can change in between those sits. So we'll see what the day has in store for us. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. I'm still in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and we have a maintenance delay, something about a fuel. Captain said it's gonna be about an hour, but we know how that is. We're in an outstation, so we have to wait for maintenance to come from wherever they're coming from to get here, which doesn't bother me. I had a sit once I got back to Atlanta anyway. It cuts into our sit, but the pilots, it's their go home day for them. So I'll keep you guys a little bit updated to see what's gonna happen with us and how long it takes. Update number 2. So I had 2 legs after this. They took those off. Now I just have my overnight to Asheville, so I have a 6-hour layover once I get to Atlanta. They may or may not add something. They don't know yet. Crew scheduling just called me. We're still waiting on maintenance to come fix the plane. And yeah, but I get a day room. So if it is 6 hours to my Asheville layover, I still get a day room in Atlanta, and I'll be in the day room. So I'll see you guys a little bit later on update number 3. Guys, it is now 4:30. The mechanic just got here, and He's here. Whatever he has to do, he has to hook that up. And it's something with our fuel. So we were supposed to leave at 1:26. It is now 4:30, and we're gonna see how long that takes and see what time we take off. So I'll see you guys again. Give you another update. Good evening, everybody. So I finally made it to my room here in Asheville, North Carolina. And after I made that last delay update, our captain came on and said, let's get ready and go. So before I get to that, about the call out that I have, system that we have here. So let's say if I would have called out on my trip, that would have given me an occurrence, which the occurrence stays on your record for 1 year until it falls off. So anything else that you happen, that's another occurrence. I think we only get like 3 strikes. So that's why I try to do, even with missed trips, it's occurrence, whatever, it's all fall under the same thing. And it doesn't fall off for a year. So you have a year for it. The delay. So find out it was something wrong with something that happened to do with the fuel cap. So we could not leave without it. So a maintenance had to come write it up. Being that we were in an outstation, that means we had to wait for a contracted maintenance person to come. So the first person that came, they canceled him because they realized that it was nothing he could do for us in Fayetteville. So we had to wait for another maintenance person to come from New Bern, North Carolina, which was like, New Bern, because it's 2 hours away. So we ended up taking like a 4-hour delay. In a sense, my regional manager, he called and just basically check up on us, just telling us thank you for being patient and with everything that's going on, and also reminded us that they reimbursed us. Like, say for instance, we needed to get food and the food options were limited, they will reimburse us the delivery fee for like DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever it is. All we would have to do is just submit it electronically, and then we'll get that back like on our check or something like that. So our company does do that, as well as reimburse us for Uber Eats and stuff, being that with the whole COVID thing and food options are limited, they decided they're going to reimburse us for that. So that's a good thing that they do for us as well. So, but other than that, everything else went smoothly. A lot of people decided to drive to Charlotte to take another airline to wherever they had to go. So it was okay. Everybody was pretty chilled about it. Everybody understood it was out of their control. And what can we do? Tomorrow is Monday, which begins something new that our company is starting to do. We're going up to 75% capacity. So, and by January 1st, well, I don't know if it's the 1st, but in January, we're, depending on how things go with this whole COVID thing, we're going to go up to 100% capacity. So we'll be back full again in January. So I know tomorrow is probably going to be a lot. Am I supposed to be sitting next to somebody? And of course, I just explained to them, yes, we upped our capacity to 75%. Not all people are going to be able to sit by themselves. Now, if there's a row available, I can accommodate you by moving you to that row. And, that's what I usually tell everybody even now. So that's that. Also found out that people who were in training prior to COVID, they got sent home. They're supposed to start back in February of next year, which is good for me because that brings my seniority up some. Not for sure as far as new hires, but whenever they do, I'll make sure I let you all know. But I'm finna go to sleep because the gym closed at 11. It is actually 11:30 right now. And tomorrow we have 11:52 van. Why 11:52? Don't know. But we have 11:52 van and another almost like a 10-hour duty day tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Good afternoon, you guys. So I got up today and worked out for a little bit. I tried to run on the treadmill and I couldn't do more than 8 minutes. Started feeling a little discomfort in my foot. So it's not completely 100% yet. So, it is what it is. So today I have 4 legs. I go back to Atlanta. Then I do a Melbourne, Florida turn, which is my first time actually going to Melbourne. And then I end up in Des Moines tonight. My flying partner is trying to go out to this restaurant called Fong's Pizza, which is a Chinese pizza place. Never been, because this will be my first time actually staying downtown in Des Moines, because we have a very, very late report tomorrow, which we don't report until like 3 something in the afternoon. So hopefully we get there in enough time because the place closes at 12 midnight. We're supposed to get in around like 9:30. So see how that goes, and I'll bring you all along with me, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on. All right, guys, so Future Tom is here. So I accidentally erased the last 3 days of my vlog, trying to edit between sits, and then I lose track of time, and then it's like, oh man, I gotta go to my gate. And instead of me airdropping my videos to my laptop, I just basically hook my laptop up to the computer, my camera up to the computer, and just basically upload them that way. So they have to upload onto the editing software, and I didn't check to see if it was done, and I ended up deleting them off my camera. But so it's just an update. My foot ended up being back 100%. Like I said, it was just my arc just fell, and that was it. Again, I didn't call out because I didn't feel like I was a safety issue, as far as I couldn't help if there was an emergency. So that's why I didn't call out as well. And I kind of knew that my foot would probably be better by the second or third day of this trip. So that was another reason why. Not like I said before, I don't usually call out of work at all, period, for something as minor as that. But I've been reflecting. I'm currently on a trip now, and I've just been reflecting on, about everything that's happening this year as far as people getting furloughed. And I was thinking about me getting this job when I got this job at the age of 33 instead of the age of 23. Like, I wouldn't say I would have taken it for granted. Like, I would have used the benefits to its full advantage, but I probably would have taken this job for granted just a little bit, but not very much. But I probably would have at 23. Like, say for instance, for my foot hurting like that, I probably would have called out at 23. Just taking it for granted like that. I wasn't lazy at 23. It's just one of those things, you do young things. And I think, God knew what he was doing when he blessed me with this job at 33 and not 23. Because again, if it was 23, I probably would have been all the time in somebody's country, just basically living carefree. I'm not saying that I would be wild or anything, or I was a wild child, but I would basically, like I said, use these benefits to its advantage to the fullest. So I'm sorry that you're not able to see the remaining 3 days of my 5-day trip, but me and my flight partner did end up going out. We just had a few drinks or whatever like that, and ended up going back to the room because neither one of us was hungry, and nothing else actually happened on that trip. It was just a very uneventful, easy, peasy trip, and nothing more to it. But I just have to stop doing that. This is probably like my second or third time that I've done that, to where I've scrapped a full vlog because I accidentally erased the whole vlog and started all over again. So, and I've erased clips by accident. So I don't, with all this reflection, I just want everybody to know that with this YouTube thing, and I don't know if I ever said it in a vlog before, but I'm gonna say it now. I know I've said it on Instagram many a times. I do YouTube for the pure enjoyment. Like, this is fun to me. It's fun to edit videos. It's fun to create things like that. I didn't set out to do this for money and fame. And that's not to say if I ever to get monetized that I'm gonna turn it down. No. What I'm saying is that's not what I'm chasing. I'm not chasing fame, and I'm not chasing money. I'm doing this for the pure enjoyment of it, to be able to help someone out, along the way, and bring positivity into the world. Doing these YouTube videos are actually therapeutic for me, even though it's like I'm talking to a camera, but in a sense, it's like I'm talking to everybody that watches, in a sense, if that makes sense to to anybody. I know it doesn't make sense because I'm not actually seeing you in real time, but I am pouring a part of myself and putting it out there for the world to judge, and I'm not afraid to be judged. I never have been afraid to be judged or talked about or any of that, because it doesn't bother me. It is what it is. That's part of life. Sometimes, some people you can please and some you can't, but I'm not doing this for money or fame. It's pure enjoyment, to help somebody out, even if it's just one person. I feel like if I help that one person, I've done my job. So I tell anybody, just keep keep striving for whatever it is that your goal is. Don't let anybody turn you down. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't, you're too small, you're not big enough, you're too big. Don't listen. Because there's been plenty of people who had those same things told to them and they never quit it and achieved great things. Again, I apologize about not erasing the vlog for you all. I am currently working on another one, so you will be able to see, but I did end up coming to work injured. Like my foot was really in pain, and I feel old for saying this. If my foot is resting, it's gonna hurt. It was hurting more, but once I started walking around, moving on it, it warmed up. Like, I sound so old saying that, but as I kept walking around my room during the morning, my foot got better and better and better. But even though it was still some type of, little pain in my foot, but I came to work injured, and I wasn't gonna call out for that because I don't know. It's just, again, occurrences stay in our file for a year, and I wasn't trying to have that stay on my file for a year. It was something that I could have just pushed through, if that makes sense. That's just like, unless I'm truly sick and I cannot move, that's the only way that I will call out of work. But I'm gonna cut it short. Again, I apologize to everyone that was looking forward to the 5 days, but it ended up being 2.5-ish. A little bit, so I do apologize about that. I do want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, I'm out. Tell me that you wait for me, hold me like you